Alrighty then, folks. Hello there, and welcome back to MS Saga. So, if you haven't heard yet, I'm in the no-no zone due to copyright violation, or no, it's a community right violation, which is fun. Probably deserve it, to be honest, but oh well. Yeah, so I'm not able to upload anything longer than 15 minutes right now, but I'm disputing 2 of the claims, so it should be fun. But yeah, when I found out, I kind of stopped playing anything entirely, and I hadn't actually played anything in like 3 weeks now. But, oh well. So we are back in Eldar Samnia. I believe we had to still loot the city and then go find the Elder. So, I think the first one is over here. This place is a maze, air quotes. I don't know if we've talked to anyone yet, but like there's this here explorer. It's literally 10 feet this way, and you take a left and you're on the main square. You're not lost. Hey, an HP part. I believe we already have a ton of those, so it's not a big deal. But yeah. There's a lot of things like this where they just kind of hide chests around corners and stuff. Especially in this area. That's why I think they have them all the time. But hey, we got 10 gun cannon data, which, if you didn't know, the gun cannon is in this one. It's just worse than what everyone has right now. The only useful thing is its equip radius is humongous. So it can equip the weapon we're going to get from the next boss. But the weapon you get from the next boss is trash, so we probably won't even use it. And we also got a hacking tool. That'll be used later. And there's some broken urns and, you know, some boxes that we can't rob. But one day we'll get a crowbar and just, like, break into everything and find out. Was there anything hidden behind here? No, okay, it's just the blank wall. It's kind of hard to tell because it looks like there's a path, but there isn't. I'm pretty sure those are just an oddly textured wall below normal walls with weird inscriptions on them. This one city, I've never quite understood why it was here. It just is. Like, it'd be cool if this was like a abandoned city before the fall and they just kind of moved into it and made it work, but no, it's been here the whole time. Eldar Samnia. We are attacked by robots. A lot of people say the exact same thing, so I'm just going to keep making fun of them. Yeah, we probably were the ones who did that. My bad. Well, you see, he got in our way, and I wanted to loot his corpse. I don't feel bad. Meh. Yeah, you're gonna die too. I don't want to talk to you again. I was just checking your house if you had any hidden treasure. Because who doesn't want hidden treasure? Come now. Oh, and we have to talk to them. That's not gonna work, dude. Believe me, I've tried. Don't worry, they probably weren't talking about anything important. They're just fucking with us. I also understand how that works. Oh no, the worst thing we're gonna do is turn off Dreamy. Boo-hoo. Telling you it wasn't anything, so. Hey, I thought they oh, stubborn old man. I was about to say, I thought they killed everyone. Don't worry, I'm just here to rob your house. Alright, so far, that's 2 houses with no loot in them. I'm disappointed. And a blank wall with no loot in them. Okay, yeah, we already talked to both of them. Oh, hey, we should go check if they have a constable. That I hadn't looked into yet. Maybe he'll give us a mission, too. So we can scam them out of money as well. And Zaku 2 special data. We already have one of those, so we'll just sell that. If I would have remembered, I would have gone and picked this up before I made the Zaku 2 special. But, well. I liked having Fritz be able to kill everything instantly. It's great. Oh, and nah, let's not check the mini G system. It's probably nothing important. I was about to say, I don't know what's in the mini G system. I should go check that. But it's probably nothing. And a no chest up here, sadly. And we can't just steal their supplies. Got anything interesting? We already have Tristan's ability, so these are kind of pointless. Heat guards, though? Let's grab one more, just because I don't think Fritz can fit anymore, but we could still use them. These things are 10 apiece. Oh, we already have 10 of those, so... Let's see, fuses... Coolant... Fuses are for short circuit, coolant's for overheating... And yeah, we have enough for everything else. And I need to remember to use repair kits. I always forget. Like, in every game I play, I always forget. But I really need to start, like, spamming them. So we can afford them. Oh, you see, they're around the corner talking about bullshit. And they keep saying this place is a maze, and it really isn't. It's not that big. It's only, like, maybe a half a square mile at the most. Go buy some weapons, I guess. Any loot in here? Nah, I didn't figure as much. Let's see, titanium shield. Oh, hey, it's the GM command shield. So this is the GM command shield that takes into effect the properties learned about the normal Gundam shield. Not the Gundam shield, but learned from both the original GM shield and the Gundam shield. It looked cooler in 1996, I believe. So they upgraded it, and originally the plan was going to be this was the original GM shield, and everyone was always using this one. I think it's actually based off the Mark II shield, but that eventually got scrapped. Oh, there's the double cannon. I don't know if anyone can fit that, so I'm kind of hesitant by it. There's giant bazookas, which I keep clicking B. I'm gonna pick up 2 of those just in case. There's the beam spray gun. I guess I'll grab 2 of those as well. So this is also the beam rifle for the GM, or beam gun for the GM command. The spray paint, or the like tank looking thing in the back is actually an ECAP, which will allow to charge so they could fire multiple shots. I believe this one had a 6-round magazine. But yeah, those were used by a lot of things, though weirdly the original GM never employed them. But at least in my canon, they used them. They just didn't use them very often. There's also the Heat Saber, which we need at least one of these, because they do a little bit more damage than the Beam Saber, and we can do all his abilities with them. Then again, there's the Heat Hawk Kai, which is the same thing as the Heat Hawk, just I believe it allows them to overheat people? Or that might be something else. I know one of the weapons we can pick off of random people allows us to overheat them. I don't know, it kept giving us the metal shield when we could have the titanium shield, which is less speed and more armor. Fritzaru, ranged combat. I guess that works. Did we ever buy one of those double beam guns? Oh, I guess I didn't. Let's see, giant bazooka, I'm gonna buy one more. And a double beam cannon. God damn it. Oh, that's why. Gotcha. Oh wow, that takes 4 energy to use. Holy crap. And beam pick. And ranged combat. You know, that I'm good with. We didn't use the beam guns, but oh well. The reason I'm giving this to Fritz is so he can shoot all with it, not so he can actually use it in combat. But they both have giant bazookas, which is good. Also gave one to, they gave one to Tristan, so I guess that's alright. And with Shrimi, we're just gonna go melee combat. Which, let's get rid of this just because I don't plan on stabbing anyone with her. And get her another arm missile. Oh, okay. So how about we do this, and then we just give her, like, a beam gun. Why not? She won't have a shield, but that doesn't really matter, because I plan to use her for quick attacks and then to leave. Which, I also didn't remember to upgrade her, so I'll do that off camera. Probably after we go to the dungeon, because I don't plan on using her very much, to be honest. I'm assuming it was built to, like, for bandits who are on foot, because bandits with mobile suits would be able to see over buildings, so it wouldn't really matter. Then again, mobile suits are relatively new. Even though, as this place will find out, they've been being attacked by robots for like 40 years. So, I mean, Murray's just crazy. Which I was saying since the beginning. Yeah, alright. And is there anything over here? No. Okay. There's one secret passage in this place that I remember being really important. And that was about it. None of the rest really matter. Yeah, it was around here. This is that one explorer guy, what he talked about. Being near the Elder's house, because I was the Elder. And there's the Black Marketeer. We can get GM command data, gun cannon data, Gauf data, and Dom data. I guess we could get a Dom, but I don't think we have any ECAP Ls left. No, wait, we have one. No, wait, actually, we did use that on the Zakutu Kai, so we don't gotta worry about that. A little bit later, we're about to get, I think, 40 more gun cannon data, so there's no point in buying that. But if we do, we could always buy it here. Just check if there's any doors in the wall that we can't see. Oh. Alright, then. Yeah, I believe this is the one I wanted. Oh, no, this is the other one. And a heat barrier. That'll perfectly protect us from overheating, which is really nice. And this is a little bit of a spoiler for what we're going to get after this mission. 20 Gion data. And 20 Gelgoog data. Yes, the Gion and the Gelgoog are in this game. Who would have guessed? I believe we unlock them after this mission. It's either after this one or the next one. Which, at some point, we get a black market ticket that'll let us buy more. And we'll end up building both of them. We'll probably give the Gion to Tristan because it's good for melee. And the Gelgoog to a character we haven't got yet, maybe. He kind of gets the runt of everything I give him just because he's basically a backup Fritz, so I rarely use him. Until I get a second extra energy pack so he can use shoot all as well. And then him and Fritz will just start the battle, shoot all twice, and the battle will end. And that's how I'll do training once we get into the end of the first part of the game. Okay. Did we ever talk to the Elder? I think I skipped that. But let's go check if they have a constable here. And, let's see. Set parts for the Gauf. We want to get rid of the acid guard because it doesn't really help. And we want heat barrier. Yeah, so we can't give anything to him. And we want to give her a heat guard. Oh, and she already has heat guard. I was gonna say, did I forget to give her something? Oops. Yeah, so let's give her that. And you also notice by default hers comes painted. Yeah. This is what it looks like by default. It doesn't look that great. You can tell because the front is black that this is actually the ground variant of it. Which, I really like that they added that. That's really cool. If it was red, it would be the space variant, which the only difference is there's better seals and the air filter is designed not to leak oxygen. Okay. Might have been a waste, but well. Means she'll be useful later. Oh, and she came fully repaired. Cool. Nope, not a constable's room. I'll do a little bit more grinding after we finish up this area, so money doesn't really matter. Like, I'll get another, like, maybe 15 grand pretty easily. Yeah, let's go talk to the Elder and find out where the secret enemy base is. I believe I ruined it last episode, but I might not have. But we'll talk about it once we get down there. Flute! That's basically an ether, or an X-ether, I guess. It gives us, I think, 30 TP for using it, and hacking tool. Proof of the guy who has a hacking tool just sitting in his living room. Dude's a new type. Yeah. Remember, new types don't exist in this world. Actually, yes. And haste makes weight. No, waste is one I've heard before, but more haste, less speed. Never heard of that before. Just for the record, you can spend 100 hours and nothing ever changes, because that's not how this game works. Oh, and we'll murder all of them. So, this is one of the concepts I always found really cool about this game, is they don't really give them names, but I stole the name from Turn X, or Turn A, which is archaeologists. They go and they, like, explore old pre-war ruins and look for stuff, usually like mobile suits or weapons, or something to sell, to make money. Or to just be, like, historians and stuff, like that guy from Port Angela, which I always thought that was a really cool concept in this game, just, like, going into old world military bases and trying to find stuff. And eventually sell it so you can make it rich. Yeah, I always imagined that, like, Marie, Gulauld, and a couple of other people I can't mention yet because they haven't been mentioned in the story yet, all did that at one point. And that's how Marie knows everyone. Nah, I think we should just kill him. Yeah, we're just creepy stalker guys. We saw a dude and we're like, yeah, we're gonna follow him. We're just lucky that he didn't try to kill us. Though he probably should have. I also want to point out that she basically just said stalking is cute. Woo. Yeah, so basically, like everything else, we're gonna break into the base, kill a ton of people, rescue him, and then go fight the boss. But, as we'll find out, is that dot way at the bottom is the mining base. So, at least in my canon anyway. Oh, I should have repainted the shield. We'll leave it. It'll be fine. At least in my canon anyway. The mining base is in Kilimanjaro, which was, I believe, the third largest military base in UC. And 2 Gaufs. Yeah, nothing interesting. Alright, so we're actually unable to use shoot all with the gun cannon, so we're gonna change Fritz's equipment again. I wasted like 2,000 money, but oh well. And he still has it, that's funny. Alright, you know what, that's fine, I don't care. He still has a bazooka, right? Alright, does less than the bazooka, so who cares? He can be whatever he wants to goddamn be. Yeah, so Kilimanjaro was the third largest base in the Federation in UC. Oh, I'll actually keep this in since I have light armors. That is a GM light armor. Basically, it was like, how do we make the GM even faster so we have less losses in combat? Let's strip out everything and just leave the base model. That totally won't be a bad idea. And it was a bad idea. Though, it's really popular, apparently. But yeah, so Kilimanjaro base was originally where the Gundam was developed and a lot of Project Z was done, or V was done. Project Z, I think, was done in the Argama's basement, but that's not important. Yeah, so it was where a lot of Project V was finished. And I believe the original, the 78-01, was actually built there and tested, but eventually the one they tested had got destroyed. And in original canon anyway, when this came out, they had only built 3 Gundams. Eventually that would become 5 with Awaken the Trailblazer. Not Awaken the Trailblazer, that's the 00 movie. The Thoroughbred game. And a Flash of Spark or something weird like that. I forgot what the name is, but it's the game with Thoroughbred in it that's featured in Encounters in Space. I can never remember what it's called. And then the 6th would be added for Zeonic Front, and the 7th would be added for 0081. But I believe this game came out like a year after 0081, or a year before 0081, so I don't know. Or it might have been like 2 years after. I honestly don't remember. No, it was 3 years, because this came out in Japan in 2004. That came out in 2007, I believe. But the original Gundam would be built here and destroyed here by a Dom prototype, I believe. But that happened after Project V, or after Kilimanjaro got taken, which was in, I believe, June. And they had to disperse to somewhere else, being, what was that place called? Side 7, which was the most defended place in space because it was behind Luna 2. Luna 2 being that giant space fortress in the original Gundam. Yeah, because remember, originally they hadn't suspected a single Musai would go around Luna 2's defenses and to investigate Side 7. Especially since Side 7 really had nothing going for it, since it was like 1 to 2 colonies. At the time it was 1, but with Unicorn, I believe it is, you find out that Industrial 7 was started before the 1 Year War. So, it could have been 2 colonies, you never know. Yeah. So we have to loop around to go to the bottom side. I vaguely remember that was a thing, but yeah. I believe it's the next time we go here. The base we have to go to is only open at the top and really weird like that. So yeah, we're gonna go burn down Kilimanjaro base. This place is also, I think, called the mining base. So it could also be a reference to that diamond-based Noonan Beaters people used in the beginning of Stardust Memory. Noonan Beater was that guy in the Zaku F2, I believe. If you haven't read it yet, Gundam Liberation, which is the remake of 0083, with a lot of the random characters, like even Terry Sanders from MSO8 shows up. Like, it's actually pretty good, and I do suggest you read it. I believe that it's actually more mentioned in that it's so close to Kilimanjaro, they're surprised that people couldn't find it, or people hadn't found it. But it was a an old diamond mine converted into a base by Zeon. But that wasn't completed up until, I think, 0082, which meant that a lot of Zeon's efforts was going towards building the base instead of raiding Federation supplies and all that other junk. But then again, I'm also really interested in that kind of stuff. If you've seen me play 0081, that was involved in it a little bit. In 0081, one of the first things you do is raiding Federation supplies, because you guys are stuck in the desert in Arabia and need something. Hey, counter zone. Basically, what counter zone does is if anyone attacks with a melee attack, it instantly has to fight him, which can be super useful. But shooting avoids it, so oh well. But he was the last one alive, so it was a complete waste to do. Do we want to go south and go look at the next base we have to go to? I think we'll avoid that for a little while. We could, though. You can't get into it just yet, but you can get close. You have to be able to fly to get into it. Wait, do you have to be able to fly, or do you need a boat? And I'm not sure which gun that guy used. Maybe we'll get it as salvage sometime. Real quick. I got nothing. I have no idea. I'll look it up later, but I'll probably forget. Hey, Zaku Armor L. That could be useful. And a weapon upgrade or attack upgrade kit. I kind of want to grind those just for those, because late game those could get super expensive. And Galf Tank. Galf Tank is best tank. Actually, Dom Tank is. Dom Tank's freaking adorable. Hey, we found our way into the mining base. It's the Dark Alliance headquarters. So at least to me, this is Kilimanjaro, but it could also be that diamond mine. But that diamond mine's so less cool. And just so you know, none of Stardust Memory or War in the Pocket or anything like that is in this game, though they are mentioned many, many times. I believe at one point we even fight Zaku Kais, but we can't get them, or Zaku 2 Kais, the actual Zaku 2 Kai. So from what I understand in the Japanese version of this, he kind of has more of a mental breakdown, well, not really a mental breakdown, but a moment of mental issue at this point, and is kind of worried for people, instead of in this one where he's just like, yeah, go attack, go kill now. Like, we have to do this. Which, makes his character a bit cooler, but oh well. And a Mega Cannon. So these guys' trick is they try to do Mega Fire real quick. So we're just gonna lob as much damage at him as we can. Oh, you know what? I should have analyzed him. Oh well. Yep, he's about to do it. And I don't think we have boost field yet, or not boost field, energy field yet, do we? That's a Tremie ability, actually, I think. We have Chaff Field, which will be important for the boss in this one. No, we don't. Oh, well. Analyze. Or we'll kill him. That works, too. And more gun cannon data. And Trimmy got Sonic Boom. That's a sonic attack that ignores armor and hits the entire enemy group. And attack upgrade kit, totally for that. I believe this is an iron lance. Or heavy lance, that's what it's called. This is like a jousting pole for Gundams. We don't actually want that now. Just because it would take out most of our damage and make us use a spear. But I believe Trini's next suit will actually employ that. That's why I grabbed it. Yeah, I think we'll do this other side passage and then I'll think I'll end the episode. And we can pick up the rest and, you know, go rescue Gavenger and fight the boss in the next episode. Should be fun, right? Oops. We want you to heat saber this guy. You to shoot all with the giant bazooka. And you to giant bazooka that guy. So for the record, if they both counter zone, whoever countered zoned last will overlap and whoever counter zones last will get hit. But it doesn't really matter because if they both counter zone, that means they both don't defend. See, they like pull the defend animation, but they don't get the defend damage. So it works for us. Hey, and actual gun tanks. These are mass production gun tanks even. So the mass production gun tank was first shown in MS-08, but it was basically like why did the Federation produce only like 3 gun tanks and then not end up using them? So there was a ton of variations on the gun tank and everything, and the mass production gun tank was just the cheap version of the gun tank that didn't have very many specialized parts. And yeah, it was used for artillery in the front lines for a while. Pretty handy, but doesn't really do much. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna just end the episode here. I believe this is just a side path to actually get to the boss versus where we're supposed to be going. So anyway, folks, if you enjoyed the episode, you should like. If you didn't, you should dislike. We'll be back next week or the week after, in a month. Who knows at this point? Maybe my channel will just disappear. But we can always hope well. Anyway, good night.